So starting this video off with the old account, this is 273. So level 29 mining so far, and that is the Knight's Sword, Darkness of Halavale, Elemental Workshop, Enabling the Marquee, the Lost Tribe, Tears of Guthic, the Tale of Musper. Knight's Sword in particular is one we should do pretty soon because of the extra XP we're going to get for that. But again, we've got loads of things here. We have the ability to mine certain rocks. Uncommon gem rocks for emerald is pretty big. Rare gem rocks as well for rubies. We can go and make a little bit of profit going to the Alcarid uncommon gem rocks and try and make a little bit of GP there. So that's pretty good. And pretty much, yeah, just a lot of other bits and pieces. Nothing too big, but again, we've made a nice little start. I can do something like the dig site as well to get a big jump in mining XP. Smithing, we have What's Mine Is Yours, Elemental Workshop 1, the Tourist Trap, Doric's Quest 1 and Doric's Quest 2. And again, a lot of this is just like making bars quicker, being able to upgrade your armor for Death Guard and Skull Lanterns, which again is going to be quite important to do because we will want to upgrade our armor. We can now do steel smelting and smithing as well, and we can also get to the point where we can heat steel faster. So yeah, we've done iron, and I'm probably going to do iron till level 30, and then upgrading to steel will be pretty big. Again, any upgrades we can get is going to be massive for this account as well, but this will mainly be like AFK in a way, while I'm doing things like quests and pushing more on the 272 account more. But yeah, it's done pretty well. Again, I'm just going to go in AFK. We're basically going for arrow tips. And the reason I've gone for arrow tips is because you're not really going to make a lot of GP from selling your smithing items. So I thought the best play for it would be, at least this way we can use it for fletching. And you're also going to make some XP selling some arrows as well. So it's kind of like two different sides of it as well. We can get the fletching XP, but we can also make a little bit of profit with it as well. These sedimentary geodes, I actually think are going to be decent because they're going to give us like, yeah, some gems as well, which would be nice. Some spirit shards, which we can sell for a little bit of GP. Whereas before, like on a normal account, these don't really matter. They kind of have a nice little effect with the account with how low it is. That's 500 GP. And again, I know it's not a lot, but at the minute this account only has like 10 GP to its name. We can go sell that at a pet shop and we can make a nice little amount from it as well. But again, these will help us with things like Buisness Amis, teleport jewelry and all manner of stuff as well. So it's very much worthwhile getting them as well. And looting them as well. Now I did try and go and do the Halloween event, but because I'm a group Iron Man, you can't get XP. So that wasn't worthwhile, kind of a waste of time. But yeah, I'm going to go back and mine some more iron. We're going to try and get sort of like 30 smithing for today. And then we can move into steel tomorrow. And I might do a little stint at the gem rocks as well, see if that can be decent GP at some point. So back on the main group Iron Man account, as weird as that sounds. Had a really good suggestion on one of the comments from the first video to have like a little banner for each account so we know which one we're talking about. I'm going to get that functioned, so that'll probably appear maybe tomorrow, hopefully. But I'll call out which account we're doing anyway. So this morning we're back on this account and we're back trading mage. I've basically just hopped on this because I wasn't sure what to do. But we're going to get 35, collect the hide still, but we are going to start turning these into hard leather. So we're going to look to move crafting a little bit further. I have had a bit of a thought though that crafting is a big quest reward. So that just basically means, yes, it's time to just hammer quests and just get the reward from there. Like something like Murder and Mysteries will probably save me 2 hours worth of these mundane cows, so we're going to look into doing that. One thing else I forgot as well is that you have access to the full aura shop once you're members, and I can't believe it really because now I have all these max auras, including I believe max Jack of Trades. So I'm going to go and try and do that a little bit when I get my sort of like crafting a little bit higher. That's what I'll throw my Jack of Trades on, although I could do it on mage actually. And yeah, I've got all these for resource gathering. I've got the vampirism as well. We've got vampirism. So if we do have any like combat and stuff, we can use vampirism to help us out a little bit as well. That is a massive, massive buff for Group Iron Man. And especially access to certain auras are going to be pretty, I think they're going to be pretty OP to start with anyway. So what I'm doing is this is the only account with actual members access. So the others, because they're going to be doing things like mining, woodcutting, and other stuff which you can actually access in free-to-play, I'm going to try and get their journey as far along as possible with free-to-play, and then eventually we'll members the account up and bring them into the members world. But this is going to be the account which is going to make the most progress. But for the time being, I've just got to keep running these cow hides and hopefully just bank a bit more crafting XP. Again, the way we were going through it yesterday was that this can do the crafting and the alking, and then that means basically no matter what, we've got GP. If we ever need GP for a certain reason, we can just go and kill dragons, and that will just bring the GP value up onto the account as well. In terms of daily challenges, we have archaeology, fishing, and prayer, which is not too bad actually, because it's going to encourage me to do the archaeology tutorial, which will give me the Fonts of Life, which will give me an extra 500 HP as well. But yeah, we're going to go and get 35 mage. That's the big goal for today. The mining account is still mining away on iron. We're going to go and hop to it next. Plan for that probably is to continue, but again, that's something we can start looking at quests at some point as well. I do think that we could do the Knight's Sword, and that could definitely jump up some smithing, because that's going to be 12,000 smithing XP. And then also there's the mining quest as well. Plenty to do this morning anyway. So on the mining account, I was actually looking at the quests to do here. We are currently 31 mining this morning, which is good because that's beneath Cursed Tides. And Boric's Quest 1. This is going to give us access to Mithril as well, and a Mithril pickaxe, which we will get to at some point. We can go through the Abyss. We can also do Pure Essence as well, but you do need members for that, so that's quite good. Now, a good note for the other account is that doing the Knight's Sword is actually going to give you 30 mining off the bat, and to be fair, I should have really done that, but again, like, I would have had to drag my smithing up because you don't have the smithing sort of quest now, because the Doric's quest has been changed by what's mine is yours. You don't really get the smithing XP to complement the mining XP from the Knight's Sword. But we're getting to a point now where I'm going to probably go to about 35, and then we'll sort of deviate and do some other stuff as well. Again, start to quest, probably grabbing the third ult, and then quest them both together at the same time, because that'll be able to give us some progress. But yeah, we're doing okay. We actually got a daily challenge, which will give us a little bit of extra XP in the old mining. There we go, 32 mining, pretty nice. But yeah, Knight's Sword's going to be pretty important for this account. It might be one actually worth doing on all the accounts now. Just need to find out what I need for it. So let's have a look. A red berry pie and 2 iron bars. So the good thing is we've got the iron bars sorted, which could be a little bit tedious. Red berry pie, though, are going to be a little bit annoying on how we're going to get those. I'll have to Iron Man those on the other account, but again, we can do it. Okay, so important mark there. We have just hit 35 magic and 31 combat. Now, I'm going to stop here for a decent time being, because a few things I want to do. First of all, quests we've unlocked. Darkness of Halavale, Giant Dwarf, Spirits of the Lead, Missing My Mummy, Heart of Stone. Telekinetic Grab and Firebolt as well. So we are leaving on a pretty decent point. One is that I've started to realise, and again, this should have been absolutely standard from the start, is that really the quest spamming should be the way to go. And I've just seen that the Alt 1 toolkit now has the quest helper. So hopefully we'll be able to use that and do it at the same time. So I'm probably going to quest 2 or 3 accounts at the same time. Pretty much debating now just bonding the mining account, just so it's got some exposure to pay to play, get some pay to play things, and then it can go back to free to play to mine, because I don't think it's worthwhile that account being membership when it's just going to do mining and other stuff. Like, if it gets to a point where it can do like pay to play ores, then yes, it's worthwhile, but for the time being, no, it's not. I'm just sat there thinking, quests like Dig Site and Knight's Sword and all this stuff is just going to give us such a jump in XP. But what I'm happy with this account now is that we've got 35 mage, which will get through like most of the lower tier quest boss. We also got 21 crafting as well, which is Creature of Frankenstrain, Elemental Workshop 1, the Golem, Shades of Morton, Sheila Village, Tears of Guthix. We can also do sapphires and sapphire rings as well. So we are starting to get into stuff like that. But what I'm going to do for the time being with this account is we're going to go off to Runespan. Now, the reason we go to Runespan is because this account can use a Wicked Hood because it's members. The rest of them can't. And the sooner we can get something like Nature Runes onto the account, the better. And the earlier we can do Nature Runes, it means the quicker we can start stocking up with the Wicked Hood as well. Now, I do have the ability to get Pure Essence for the mine account, but Pure Essence is actually members. Who knew? But yeah, so we're going to go and sit and do quite a bit of rune crafting for a little while. We only need to get 44, which I do think in the grand scheme of things really won't take long to get. And it's going to help me out as well because I can have one account mine and one account runecraft while I edit. And I don't know if this is going to be a day 2 video because some stuff in real life's come up, so I can't actually play as much as I want to today. But the plan is for the rest of today is continue mining as much as I can. I don't think I'll get much further past like 35, which I currently already have on the account. We'll jump on that account just before we finish for today. and hopefully as much towards level 40 for runecrafting as possible on the way to natures. Like, we can start building up something like 100 nature runes a day as early as we can get the level. So I'm very much hoping to get to that point, and then at least that way we can start stocking up on runes we're going to need. And if we get drops, we can alch them from the get-go as well. But 35 major is good. Again, not as much progress as I would want on today's episode, but tomorrow I do promise we'll come in with a lot more. Quests is going to be the main thing. We're going to go spam some quests, and we'll start to get the third accounts brought in. Hopefully we'll have the banners made as well, so it makes it a bit clearer for everyone on what account we're playing. But yeah, I'd like to say first of all as well, thank you guys so much for the support on the first video. The first video went down brilliantly, which is why I'm a bit sad, like I can't make this as long as I want to today. But we're just hopping in for the daily progress. We're going to try and do the challenges as well. We do need to do like the archaeology dig site. But tomorrow, to start tomorrow's video, we're going to come in with a big like plan of action, what we're going to do, what we're looking to do, and we'll go from there. Like, I think having a game plan is good because it gives us a structure to go to. I think this account and the mine account are going to go and push forward and quest heavily. Maybe involve the third alt. Don't know yet. We'll see how we get on. But I'm going to go and download the Alt 1 toolkit and the quest helper, and then maybe do a little review to see if it's really as good as it sounds and as good as it looks. It does look as if it's a fantastic piece of work, and we can see how it goes from there. So finishing this video off with the mining account, still slaving away to iron ore because I do think we need to get our smithing up. One thing I really didn't realise as well is smithing is going to be even more essential than what I originally thought, because you're going to need smithing to be able to do the upgrades to the necromancy armor. So necromancy is going to be basically the way you're going to do combat, and I think that having the ability to smith your own armors as early as possible to get your upgrades, it's just going to give you more and more DPS and damage. Obviously we're going to be limited to the fact of we'll need to kill Herbert at some point, and that's when the ability to make the armors is not as needed as much. But to get up to level 16 and to get the best sort of like damage with necromancy, it is important. But anyway, this account is going to move into questing tomorrow for a couple of reasons really. I do think spamming things like waterfall and a couple of the strength quests as well will only help it out. And yeah, and after that we can concentrate on things like woodcutting and fletching as well, because we are making the arrow tips, and this account can just do that. Both this and 272 need to do farming as well, so as soon as we can get to something like the beehives, the beehives will pretty much get us to the farming level we want, and farming level quickly as well. So that'll be on the list as well. Violet's Blue and Violet's Blue 2 should get us there pretty much really, so I'm hoping that is the case. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this video today. Again, I'm sorry that it's not as action-packed as what day one was. It might be as long as day one was because I have rambled a bit. But I wanted to sort of like show you guys what we're doing, what the plan was. Something's come up today where I need to go and do it. And I am really sorry that I'm leaving you with sort of this video. But hopefully tomorrow's will make up for us anyway. But thank you guys for watching. Drop me suggestions in the comments because I kind of want to know what do you think we should do? Where should we go next? I think the play to get nature runes unlocked as soon as possible is good for the account, because that means nature runes downwards are pretty much all the runes we're going to need going forward. And yeah, interested to see where this mine account especially can get to. I think once we've unlocked the quests, we'll be at a point where we can do like rune and gold, and rune and gold are going to be really important. But as you can see, level 35 legacy of Seer Gaze, we've got some better critical chances and stuff, increased stamina. Might go and treat myself to a new pickaxe as well, because we can actually do mithril, which is pretty good. I'm just stocking up on the iron because yeah, it's nice and AFK at the minute, whereas mithril is going to be a struggle. I think we'll do a big jump when we get to mithril as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. What I need to check as well, like with iron at the minute, you need to use 2 ores to make a bar if the ring of forging is worth getting. But anyway, we'll come back in the next episode if that is worthwhile. If you have enjoyed the video though, please make sure to leave me a like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for the help and advice you've given me already. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully with a nice big stats update, but all ready to quest and ready to go.